A really interesting CBS 21 Next tonight. I'm Candace Scalese, and boy, oh boy, do we have the video to show you. It's a crazy incident that happened off exit 45 that is in the Harrisburg area. And Alex Thill got her hands on this video. And Alex, I just want you to walk us through what we're going to be seeing here, because someone actually sent this to you and you started looking into it. It looks like we're having some trouble with her camera. So until she gets here, I'll kind of explain what you're seeing. So this is video that was sent to our CBS 21 newsroom and to Alex specifically. And you see this guy on your screen. He is getting down on the ground here after he started taking off some clothes, and you see people start driving by. Well, one car stops and he actually ends up pushing this woman to the ground before he gets in, and then you see him drive off. So we're watching this crazy video, Alex. There was a lot that happened before this. You can see the woman who owns the car. Just watch as he drives away and crashes it. So I know there's a lot to unpack here as we're watching this and seeing how everything unravels. So what happens before this man lies down in the street?
Yeah, so if you're watching this, you might recognize this intersection because this is in Swatara Township, where I've been many times before for car crashes. And so this video was sent to me by this man, Ecuador Walden, who has been the same man who has sent me videos of all these crashes before. So right now you're looking at the man who police have identified in a crime watch as Mubarak Amin, a 28-year-old from Carlisle. He starts to lie in the middle of the road after walking, down the middle of 32nd Street there towards cars. And at one point he actually starts running at them. And you can see this Good Samaritan pulled over to make sure he was okay and was checking on him. And then that's sort of when all the chaos ensues. So you see right here, the man gets up and actually throws her to the ground. Wow. And then she's on the ground for a while now. We did obtain a police affidavit where she explains to the officer that she suffered a minor head injury from falling as well. So, and, we're not running the audio of this because there's a lot of profanity, but he is yelling curse words at her at this moment in time. And then you can see right here, he actually starts to walk around and he's standing there before he actually gets inside of her vehicle. So you can see right now he's approaching the driver's side door. He gets in, she's getting up, she's yelling, "Don't get in my car, don't get in my car." And that's when he drives off, and you can see she's still clinging to the window trying to get this man not to drive off with her car, but he doesn't get very far because you can see he crashes right into exit 45. So this happened around 7:30 last night, and this was sent to me by a man who lives in the area. It's his surveillance footage, and I mean, just a wild video that we're looking at.
Oh my gosh, I know the first time that we saw this, my jaw was like on the floor because I'm like, what is happening? And I can't imagine the people who are also watching this unravel, like the cars who are waiting, because they're probably thinking if they just drove up that maybe this is a domestic issue, maybe they know each other, like they don't want to get involved. But watching this back, I'm like, somebody help this woman. So this man just stole her car.
I mean, and as to see the beginning of the video too, which I mean, he's there for a solid probably minute while cars are passing by him, and he's taking off his clothes, and you can see him there with what looks like one of his pant legs or an item of clothing, and then she stops to help him. And she's clearly not rewarded for her actions there. I mean, he immediately starts yelling at her, and then we saw eventually throw her to the ground. Now, he has been charged with multiple different offenses. We know he's been charged with robbery of a motor vehicle. He's also been charged with simple assaults and evading arrest and detention. And that's because, and this part we don't have on video, officers showed up to this intersection after all of this, after the man crashed near that exit, and he was not cooperating with police. He would not stop and put his hands up. He was not listening to them. And he was actually walking aggressively towards the officers and the Good Samaritan that was still there. And police told him to stop. Otherwise, they would unleash the Swatara Township canine. And that's what they had to do in order to get this man to stop because he wouldn't cooperate. So the canine actually bit him in the leg, and that's how they were able to take him into custody. So he right now is at the Dauphin County Prison, where his bail is set at $100,000. But again, he's charged with robbery of a motor vehicle, trying to evade police arrest on foot, simple assault, and a DUI. So we do know he was under some sort of influence when this all went down.
Which you would almost assume watching this, because he's acting so erratically, that there's got to be something else going on, right? So that makes the DUI makes sense. It'll be interesting to see what any kind of toxicology, I don't know if it would be toxicology if you're still alive, but whatever testing they did or do to
Right.
find out what police discover in that. Very crazy. I'm glad the woman's okay. And I know that police have identified a man. They just haven't specifically said he's the one in this video. Is that right?
Yes. So we obtained this video from Ecuador, and police released a crime watch with, saying that a man that corroborates with the same exact timestamps of these videos and the same exact location. It's a 28-year-old from Carlisle. His name is Mubarak Amin, and that was all listed in a crime watch from Swatara Township Police. But they, they didn't tell us specifically, yes, this video. We were doing our own research and investigation there in terms of taking video, seeing, okay, that's the same timestamp, it's the same location. And that's how, we made that connection there.
Right. Put two and two together.
Exactly. So, and I was in the neighborhood trying to speak with people. A lot of people didn't want to be on camera, but, people told me that it was happening for a while last night. Neighbors told me it happened around 7:30, and cops didn't leave till about 9:30 last night. So there for a while.
Yeah. What I'm thinking too, probably in the beginning when he's like trying to stop cars and he's chasing after cars, which we'll show you on the news tonight at 10 and 11, that someone probably called police, I would think, prior to this happening or as this is happening, because good thing is the police showed up to help the woman, to arrest the guy, and to get everything under control, because who knows what would have happened after this, after he crashes her car. I mean, there's just no telling.
And I mean, it's incredible that nobody was hurt and that he crashed right there, because as we've seen, I've covered this intersection before, right next to where he crashed is exit 45 off the highway. So there could have been a car flying down the highway that could have had a head-on collision there. So this situation could have been a lot worse. So it's great nobody was seriously injured in this situation.
Yeah, and your heart goes out to the woman who stopped to try to help him. But I always say, like, call police first and let them handle it if there's something you see going on. But obviously he looked like he was in distress laying in the road. So, I think it's just human nature to be like, wait, something's not right. Let me check to see what's going on.
He had been passed by multiple cars before the woman stopped.
True.
So there were a lot of people who had that same thought process, and I'm sure one of them had called the police is what I would agree with you would probably happen there. But this woman stops because she saw him lying in the middle of the road and needed help. And unfortunately it didn't turn out great for her. So, my heart goes out to her as well in this situation, because I know she was just trying to help.
Yeah. Glad she's okay. I hope her injuries are okay. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. I know we watched it earlier when we were discussing this story, and it's just still it's just crazy to watch and see. So we'll hear the full account of everything that happened too, step by step. Alex is going to give us that tonight on the news at 10 and 11, and then also on our CBS 21 page as well. We'll post the full thing for you guys there too. Anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, I would just say you can currently go watch the full video. It is up on our Facebook and our website right now.
Okay, super.
At 11, we'll have the full play-by-play breakdown of everything that happened, so that you'll all be able to see it and hear it as well.
Right, yes, we will have audio. We just didn't play it for this because there's a lot of cursing, but we were able to edit some of the audio to make it TV and newsworthy. So to make sure there wasn't any profanity thrown around. So thank you, Alex, for joining us and for getting that video for us today as we think about what happened here and hopefully find out a little bit more as time goes on. So appreciate your time. Thank you guys for joining us, and be safe out there. As I always say, be safe and have a good night.